Good morning. Good morning. How are you? All my beautiful epic peeps. I hope this video and this time together is finding you well. My name is Samantha and I'm coming to you on behalf of EPIC. EPIC stands for Empowering People and Inspiring Community. And EPIC TriCountyCT is a multifaceted platform for positive media, education, inspiration, and empowerment around the areas in our life that we call health, sustainability, and spirituality. And that basically is an umbrella that encompasses everything. So EPIC TriCountyCT would not be possible without my beautiful co-publisher, co-creator, and friend, Lisa. Lisa is the person behind the scenes. You don't see her too much here, but we have to thank her every day for everything that she puts in to this mission of EPIC. So thank you, Lisa. Let Lisa know you're here. Leave her a comment. Let us know how you're feeling, what you're doing, what's happening in your life. She'll see that. We'll see that, and we'll react and respond as quickly as we can. Before I go too far down the rabbit hole of talking, I want to let you know, stick with me, because we have a very special lady that we're bringing forward today. We have Dr. Liz Lehman. And when I bring Dr. Liz forward in a few minutes, you are not going to be disappointed by the love and the light she brings. And there is a pun intended for that light. She is the owner and creator of Aluminate Life. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. And Dr. Liz has a special gift for us that we'll find out about as this conversation organically unfolds. But I do want to mention a few events that are happening over the next few days. These are at the Bridge Healing Arts Center. You can find the details on their website, which is www.bridge, H as in Harry, AC, so that's harryapplecat.com, bridgehac.com. Hop over there. They have drum circles. They have outdoor drum circles happening. That is amazing. If you've never experienced a drum circle, you need to put it on your bucket list and do it just once. I promise you, if you do it just once, it's not going to be just once. It's beautiful. It's an experience that really invigorates the body. So they have drum circles happening this weekend. They have sound healing happening tonight. So please just give the Bridge a few minutes of your time. Hop onto their website, give Courtney a call, and let them know that EPIC sent you. So that's the events that we wanted to talk about. If you have an event that you'd like highlighted here on EPIC Interviews and throughout our platforms, please let me know. You can email me at Samantha@epictricountyct.com. But again, the most important thing that I'm bringing to you today is Dr. Liz. And I met Dr. Liz via Zoom through Carol, who has a beauty, Carol does beauty and beauty products, and she also represents Aluminate Life, which is Dr. Liz's business. What do I need to say, Samantha? I need to ground. It's been a couple days since I've had a steady connection. I'm forgetting what I'm saying. Dr. Liz, let's see, I met her through Zoom. Immediately there was a connection, and we just, the quick 10-minute phone call, business phone call, turned into at least a half hour. I feel a friendship developing. She is very inspirational and empowering. I can't wait for you to hear her story. She brings with her a vibration of energy, yet zen, right? This high energy entrepreneurial spirit, but with a very calming, loving presence. So without any further ado, I am going to bring forward Dr. Liz. Give me 1 second as we affirm everything is going to work. Our cameras today, we are here together. Yay, I see you.
See you too, it worked.
Thank you. I was starting to fall over my words. I'm thinking it's been almost, a week since we did a true broadcast. So thank you for showing up and being here.
Thank you for having me.
We're so grateful. I do want to share one quote before we carry on our conversation. There was a quote that I took off of your website. yeah, it's off your website, and it says, "Restoring the mind heals the body and completes your being." And that is a quote that you wrote. Restoring the mind heals the body and completes your being. And we're going to tie that in as we weave this conversation. Can you tell us who you are, right? At the center of this tapestry of this conversation, who is Dr. Liz, and what do you bring forth to our community?
Well, I'm a physician. I'm a board certified anesthesiologist who, while I was still working in anesthesia, I've always been a physically active person, but there was always this type A drivenness that led me down the path of physical injury and depression, and I needed to take time for myself and become more mindful. And I started doing yoga, which 20 years ago, I was like, I don't have time for that. I was the person who would get up halfway through class and go run off to do the next thing. So I learned to be mindful, and I learned how important that was mentally and physically. And through that, I started this candle company because I was going to open a yoga studio, and I thought I will make candles to go in this studio. And throughout this whole process, it really affirmed within me, and I want to get the message out to people that it is a whole mind and body health wellness connection. It's not a take a pill, fix it mentality, which is ironic because as an anesthesiologist, that's what I did for many years.
Right.
But there's so much more to taking care of yourself, and it's achievable, it's sustainable, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money, but self-care and taking care of you is something that I had to learn. And now I want to spread that message out to people.
Right. Beautiful. I love it. And that's in direct alignment with what E.P.I.C brings too. It's about, bringing the tools and the connections and the collaboration with various bringers of mind, body, spirit products and practices and just your light. And I can understand that screeching halt, that slowdown. I was in corporate and running, had to do, 50 things at a time where I wasn't happy. I still find myself going there because it is a journey. It is not a destination.
Absolutely.
It's constantly up and down.
Yeah.
But as I'm growing in my spiritual journey, I too have found that it is a balance. Hence the Fitbit. I'm trying to get the exercise in, right? We talked about that. I love my Fitbit. So from anesthesiology to creating your own candles and your own essential oils. Now, do you have a store? How do you create? What is your creation? I don't want to say your creative process, but tell me about the business. Tell me about your passion for this and how it comes together.
Sure. Well, I mean, like I said, it all started when I was going to join Friends. I just finished my yoga teacher training. And we wanted to stay like in that mentality and, sort of bring what we had learned out into the community. So I started researching. I had, again, been pushing it too much physically. I had a significant hamstring injury, which in sitting on frozen water bottles and not being able to do anything, came across a blog on making candles. So I was like, well, sure, I want to do this, but especially I found and was appalled at how many chemicals and bad things and heavy metals are in the candles that I had been burning in my house and around my kids for years. And I just felt so strongly that I could make something better. So in aligning with the science and the chemistry of creating a candle, which, appeals to my science brain, but then embracing more of a holistic, healthy living, I knew I wanted it to be a natural product. So I chose essential oils as the primary scent that were in the candles. Not every essential oil is burn compatible. Some will ignite. So I use a highly sourced United States company that makes a natural fragrance oil, cotton wicks, and then I wanted to have a little something extra with healing crystals. So but being a doctor, I wanted this to target a specific ailment that is common to people, whether you have anxiety and you need to feel calm, or you are fatigued and you want to feel energy. I targeted the essential oils and the complementary crystals that provide that. And I had mentioned in a prior conversation that when people ask me, what is your favorite, creation, what's your favorite fragrance that you make? I'm like, it really depends what my body needs. And I find that in myself and in other people at the end of like doing sales, like a spa show. And I give out little travel candle tins with the crystals on top. And I say, pick one. In the morning, everybody wants, calm, or they want sleep, or they're, just feeling they want something soothing. Almost 100% by the end of the day, what everybody gravitates to are the energizing scents, the energy and the recharge. It's so I'm like, wow, this really works. I mean, I know it does, but it's a little affirmation. Like, it makes me feel good that I am validating what people need in their body and in their space.
Right. I love the way that you've tied the science into these natural healing products, as you just spoke of. And, you had mentioned in actually on your website, I was reading the website about how the scents trigger the responses in the brain, which in turn directs the nervous system to calm or to spring into action. So using that scientific aspect and combining the essential oils and the crystals, you've created these beautiful candles. What other products do you have? Do you offer?
The candles were the first, but as a natural sort of development of that, not everybody, if you have small children, feels safe with having a lit flame. Also, some of the elderly population, I know my husband's mother loved them, but we worried, she's 92, we worried about her falling off to sleep or knocking a candle over. So that led to the creation of a reed diffuser. So you just walk into the room and you're greeted by this, pleasing scent that, aromatherapy is a word that's, thrown all over the place, but that's really what it is. The sense of smell is one of the oldest, sort of an ancient senses that we have. And everybody knows, you have a smell, like, and it reminds you of your grandmother's house, or that time, your mom baked those cookies for you when you were sick. It just brings back, it's tied to like the hippocampus and the limbic system in the brain. So it brings back all these memories that you have forgotten, but your sense of smell didn't. So to go back to your question, the reed diffusers were the next product that were released. But then I wanted to pick sort of the more common ailments. So there are 8 signature scents right now in the collection. The 5 sort of most common ailments have been targeted into essential oil blends, both in a roller ball and in a vial.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. And your product line, we're sharing the website. Everybody, please, when you get a chance after this interview, hop on over to Dr. Liz's website. Lisa's sharing that in the feed, and take a look at the website is www.aluminate, which is ALUMINATE life.com. They are so professional looking. They when I first looked at the website, how I discovered your products was, and this is about collaboration, right? This is how our universe works, divine order. I went down to Carol's house for an event. I wasn't able to stay, but I walked in and she had a display of Aluminate Life products. Immediately, I was like, oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Not only visually, looking at the product and the packaging, but the scent, the smell, the aromas. It's like, oh my goodness. And that's when Carol said, I have to tell you about Dr. Liz. And here we are. So this is what E.P.I.C does. This is what collaboration is about. And we're so grateful. Going back to those professional products. When I saw your catalog and I saw the product, I said, I'm not going to be able to be in touch. I mean, it looks like it comes out of this Taj Mahal, like very, very, very high quality. And I don't want to say mass produced, but it looks as if it's right up there with the top names that you see as far as artistic display, your labeling, your marketing. The materials are all very professional. And I think it's amazing and important for our community because many of us are practitioners, entrepreneurs, that whatever you put your mind to and you focus on and you bring it forth with a passion and purpose as you did, that the sky is the limit. I know in my heart of hearts that your products could, if not already, worldwide, if that's something that you want. No, truly, I truly do. I can't wait for our viewers to hop onto your website after the interview. Don't go anywhere yet. We have a surprise for you. But really, they truly, truly are. So where can, besides the online, I know that you had mentioned wholesaling, where and how can people get in touch with you and your products?
So I do have sales reps on actually both coasts, which is how I ended up meeting Carol through one of my New York sales reps who had done a show in Connecticut. Again, small world. It's like we're all connected somehow. And I have a list of where you can purchase those online on the website under like the stockist, but primarily they're in spas, smaller retail outlets. Thank you for your compliments on the packaging. I had help with that. And especially like for everybody to know, it's a learning process. I mean, I know nothing about business, marketing. The first time I ordered some, because all the larger candles are hand poured into crystal barware, because I wanted it to not just be like a jelly jar glass that everybody says, oh, you can reuse it, you can reuse it. It's like that bridesmaid dress that you use it, you never reuse it. It's terrible.
Right.
I want it to be something you actually enjoy drinking out of when you're done. So they are Stolze German, like nice crystal double rocks glass. So the first time I ordered them wholesale, which I had to Google how to do this, and then they said, sure, send me over the PO. I'm like, what's a PO? Like, no idea. So I always, I ask a lot of questions. I always apologize in advance if I'm asking something so stupid because I don't know, but just know there is no stupid thing and no stupid questions. And it's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah.
The packaging is new. I have been doing this now for about 3 years, full-time really just for about a year. But my first packaging I thought was lovely. It was black, and even my husband said the other day, he said, remember we used to put all those labels on that packaging ourselves, like on the top and on the sides and on the bottom and on the candles? It was so labor intensive. Turns out spas don't really like black packaging. Yeah, so rebranding, everything. But yeah, it's like seems always one step forward, 2 steps back. But I mean, I love it because I love that it brings people joy and peace and happiness in their sanctuary.
Yeah.
When I was still in the operating room and working with a very anxious nurse, that was just her personality. Never sat down, very hyper. That's just who she is.
Right.
And she came to me like the day after I had given her a candle. I said, Pauline, you just try this. So she goes, oh, and she's British. And my accent is not going to be like hers, but she has this adorable accent. And she's like, Dr. Lehman, I just have to let you know, after like working all day and running around, I was like just crazy. But I lit your candle and I sat on the couch and I just took a breath and I started to feel better. And I actually fell asleep. I was like, oh, it works. If I can help Pauline, it can help anyone.
I love it. I love it. And I think going back to what you said about asking questions and not knowing, right?
It's okay.
Even in any business, for the entrepreneurs out there, and whether male or female, there are so many unknowns when you begin to pursue your passion, your projects, your purpose, that it can seem overwhelming. But bringing together a community, right, of like-minded, like-souled and hearted people We have graphic designers that can help us, right? All in our circle, graphic designers. We have webmasters, so if there's anybody out there doubting that they can do what you have done and what other people are doing, don't hold back from pursuing your dreams is basically the energy and the message that I get from you.
And 100%.
Right, right. And it could be completely opposite, of what you're doing now. And most of the time I was in purchasing. So I was the person creating the POs. It's funny that you said that.
Called you.
Right, right, right. So I was the one out there, working the numbers and cutting the deals and stuff like that. And so everybody has their own gifts to bring to the conversation, to the business, to the community, whatever it is. And I'm so grateful that you're part of the EPIC community. One thing that has happened throughout this whole shift that the universe is going through is the connection. I consider you local. I consider you local because of the connections that we have, and I'm grateful that you're here. I'm going to have you back on the longer segment that we talked about too. So I want to go into that neurotransmitter and how it all works. I think that's amazing. To put the science with the spirituality.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So as we begin to wind down, because it does go by so quickly, we had talked a little bit about you coming, to a halt and having to learn to slow down and take time for yourself. Mm-hmm. What are some ways that you do that now? What are some self-care routines, tips that you have for our viewers that they may be able to use?
Right. I truly believe in my heart of hearts, and this may just be very blunt, but if you don't move, you die. So I do believe in physical activity of any sort. And you don't have to have a personal trainer. You don't have to go to the gym. The one thing I think that COVID has really helped with is that so many more modalities are streamable. So you can stream amazing yoga classes for free that, I didn't even know were out there before. You can stream your own personal trainer on YouTube and pay nothing. You just have to commit to doing it. But I do find that physical activity clears my mind. It centers and grounds me. So I will just go out and walk. Stream something, go to the gym when it's open with my mask on. I do yoga. And it's okay for people to have injuries, and everybody says, "Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that." I do yoga without using my hands because I've sustained a hand injury and had recent repeat hand surgery. So I do everything on my forearms. It's okay to modify for you and your body. I want that message to get out there as well, because everybody can do it. You just have to want it and maybe be creative about how you do it.
Right.
And I try to balance that with meditation. I struggle with it, but once I finish it, I always feel so much better. Yeah. Probably the hard thing to do is meditate and be still. So important.
And then I think also, to weave into this tapestry that we've created, the beautiful candles and the gemstones and aromatherapy. Mm-hmm. Add those, treat yourself to a spa, right in your own home, as they begin to reopen, of course, if you're comfortable, go to the spa, but you can create a spa atmosphere using the various products that you offer and many others.
Absolutely.
Get a mask, put a mask on your face, light a candle, have the reed diffuser over there, whatever it is that you want. So thank you. Yeah. I have to say, we had talked earlier. Is there something special you wanted to share with our EPIC viewers?
Created just for the EPIC viewers, a 20% discount at the discount code when you check out. Enter EPIC 20, capital letters, E.P.I.C 20, and you will get 20% off your purchase.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing for conversing with me before, during, and I know that there is no end, that there will be conversations after. So thank you. Also, I wanted to share with our viewers that a quote, it's going to actually be our quote for the day. You'll see it with the graphics online, but again, from Dr. Liz's website, which is beautiful. It's a quote that she noted from Ralph Waldo Emerson, and it said, "All life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better." And isn't that true? Every step is an experiment because you truly don't know where your foot is going to, how it's going to land. There's so many unknowns that we just have to keep working in this laboratory of life on each step to make our journey what it is supposed to be. It's not a destination, as you said, it's a journey. Thank you for being here. I want to thank all our viewers. Please remember that to go over and visit www.aluminatelife.com. In the checkout field, when you make your purchase, please use the discount code EPIC, which is E.P.I.C, the number 20, all in capital letters, E.P.I.C 20. That's a discount code to receive 20% off. That's a gift from Dr. Liz. Wait till you see the products. You are going to absolutely fall in love with them when you see them. And then when they're delivered to your home, you got to let us know what you think. So thank you again, Dr. Liz.
Thank you.
I want everybody, please, to stay healthy, stay healthy, stay true to who you are, stay true to your dreams and your passions and your purposes. Stay tuned tomorrow. I know it's Friday, but we have a special guest, very special guest. We will be broadcasting tomorrow, Friday at 11 a.m. So please be here. And as always, peace out, Epic Scouts, with much love and light. And have an illuminated day. Peace out.